Coming up on this special double edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly, we look at the achievement gap in education and how one Rockville teacher is bridging the gap. Plus, we explore 10 years of Rockville Town Square with the people who helped build it. And Rockville History 101 is in session, and the subject, Newmark Commons. More news, more often, right now. This is Rock 11 Now Weekly, so let's get into it. Stakeholders and property owners were on hand as the city's planning department held a public listening session on ways to improve Rockville's development review process.
Well, this is an opportunity for us to invite in our customers as well as residents to come speak to us about any thoughts, concerns, suggestions, improvements that we can do to our development review process here in the city of Rockville. We took pages and pages of notes. To their credit, our audience, which was a good mix of both customers and residents, who are ultimately our customers, came to express their thoughts and ideas too. Is the one thing we believe that we owe our customers is a reasonable and expeditious experience with us. Nevertheless, we need to be transparent and efficient in delivering our services at all times. There was going to be a follow-up session in early 2018, and then we'll invite everybody back. We want to lay out some suggestions to folks at that point, and they will tell us whether we're coming close to satisfying their concerns. People can go to the city's website. We'll make sure it's prominently displayed. We'll also have some information in Rockville reports with respect to this meeting and upcoming meetings.
The Stone Street Corridor Study will resume with a community meeting to be held at 7 p.m. Tuesday, December 5th at the Lincoln Park Community Center. The study, which focuses on the roughly 150 acres to the east and west sides of North and South Stone Street, has already had 3 prior community meetings focusing on topics such as land use, retail and residential issues, and redeveloping the metro station for easier access. To find meeting materials or sign up for email updates or even submit comments, head to www.rockvillemd.gov/Stone Street Study. For additional information, contact Project Lead Andrea Gillis at the email listed or call 240-314-8273. For Rock 11 Now Weekly, I'm Craig Buchanan.
After you finish that Thanksgiving feast, you need to make sure that you don't clog or fog up your drain. Fogs, or fats, oils, and greases don't go down the drain. They cool and then solidify, clogging up the sanitary sewer system that flows from your house to the city's wastewater treatment plant, resulting in sewage backing up into your home or overflowing from manholes onto streets and sidewalks. Here's some helpful tips to help prevent sewer blockages. Pour cooled fats, oil, and grease into a can. Wait for it to harden and place it in the trash. Scrape grease and food scraps into the trash as well. And never pour kitchen grease or oil down the drain. For more information on proper grease disposal, head to rockvillemd.gov/pollution solutions. Still to come on Rock 11 Now Weekly, we take a look at the evolution of Rockville Town Square on its 10th anniversary. And later, we visit a group of junior high students in Rockville who are looking to change history. All that and much more on this double edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly right after this.
When an incident or emergency happens, stay informed with Alert Rockville. From severe weather to public safety and even traffic issues, Alert Rockville will send you the information you need to know when it happens and will keep you updated with alerts by email, by landline and cell phone, or through text messages. So stay informed and sign up for Alert Rockville today at rockvillemd.gov/alerts.
Rockville's premier source for news and information is now online. RockvilleReports.com is your online source for all the latest happenings in the city. From videos, pictures, even links to the city's website. RockvilleReports.com, your digital source for all things Rockville.
Here's to Rockville Town Square. Thanks to everybody who made it happen. May it live and prosper forever.
And with that, Rockville Town Square officially celebrates its 10th year of being the center of social and business activity for the city, transforming the area that included Rockville Mall, a space that unfortunately did not live up to its expectations, was going to be a challenge. So, in the late 90s, the Mayor and Council created the Imagine Rockville process that began with asking the community one vital question: what's important for the future of Rockville?
In the late 90s, the Imagine Rockville process was convened by the mayor and council at that time to ask the citizens what's important for the future of Rockville. The community said, we need to do something to make this our heart and soul. So the city followed up with that by saying, we're going to do an actual plan. We're not going to just take the input and do nothing. The city did the town center master plan.
While the city had its plan, the rebirth of downtown Rockville began. And helping to make sure that plan satisfied the needs of the community and stayed on track was the Town Center Action Team.
Those were folks that were committed to monitoring what was happening in the town center at the time. At that point, the focus was really the mall was down, and so what was going to happen on that site.
Now that the city had the people's point of view, it was time to start designing the space.
The plaza and the surrounding area are kind of like an outdoor room. So you can come and feel like you're in an area that's surrounded, but you're open to the sun and you're open to the sky.
That unique open to the sky design earned a Design Excellence Award from the Montgomery County Planning Department in October of 2017. The city and Federal Realty Investment Trust worked together to showcase the many shops, restaurants, and events in Rockville Town Square. Rockville Town Square has also become a place for economic growth for the city by attracting national and international businesses in the surrounding area, which ultimately brings jobs to the city.
We have more employment in Town Center because Town Square is an amenity. Without Rockville Town Square, Choice Hotels headquarters may not have come to Town Center. It's worked from that point of view.
And while the journey to create the staple of Rockville's Town Square was long, Rockville Town Square is proving to be one of the best parts of Rockville and will be for many years to come.
A place that people live, work, play. It's a place for all of us in the community to come and gather. Town Square and this area right around it is instrumental in the rebirth of Rockville's downtown.
Coming up, we visit a unique neighborhood in Rockville that's celebrating 50 years with a national recognition. It's all coming up on this double edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly, so stay with us.
Rockville loves its dogs, the big ones, the small ones, and all the dogs in between. The city also loves the environment. That's why it's important to step in when nature calls for your precious pooch. Did you know a typical 40-pound dog excretes 274 pounds of waste per year? I know. Ew! That really puts the poo in pooch, doesn't it? And when that waste doesn't get cleaned up and disposed of properly, it doesn't just end up on the bottoms of your neighbour's shoes. It ends up in nearby water bodies and storm drains where it might flow into a stream or a river without treatment. So help keep your fellow residents and pets healthy and our yards and streets clean, and scoop your darling doggy's poop. Carry a plastic bag when you take your dog on a walk, so when they do their duty, do yours. Ahem, get it? Seal the bag and place it in a nearby trash can, never near a storm drain. Follow these steps and you're good to go, and so is your dog. Just you clean up after it when it goes potty. For more information about pet waste and the effects it has on the environment, visit rockvillemd.gov/environment and click on the Pet Waste Scoop the Poop link.
Hi, I'm Sheila Bashiri, Preservation Planner for the City of Rockville, and it's time to mark some history. According to the developer, Edmund J. Bennett, Newmark Commons is a 20th century village that's 1 foot in the future and a step back to a better time. Developed in 1968 on nearly 96 acres of trees, the natural setting of Newmark Commons was way ahead of its time. Inspired by the abundance of trees, Bennett decided to create a contemporary blend of nature and modern architecture, where trees, trails, winding roads, and a lake seamlessly coexisted with split-level single-family homes and townhouses. It was a refreshing change from the trend of post-World War II subdivisions that were based on rigid geometric designs. Fast forward 50 years, this unique design and close-knit community has earned Newmark Commons a place in history, not only in Rockville, but in the nation.
With this certificate of recognition, the City of Rockville honors and acknowledges the community's cultural, ethnic, demographic, and socioeconomic diversity reflected in its broad array of community activities.
Newmark Commons is a very unique community. It was one of the very first planned unit developments in the city of Rockville. That's why the National Park Service placed it on the National Register for Historic Places.
Newmark Commons reflects the spirit of inclusiveness for which our city has become well known.
And that's why Newmark Commons has made its mark on Rockville history. For Rock 11 Now, I'm Sheila Bashiri.
Next on Rock 11 Now Weekly, we check in with the Jaguar Scholars of Julius West Middle School as they strive for greatness. But first, this information about Ride On Extra.
Introducing Ride On Extra, coming to Route 355, fall of 2017. The bus with less stop and more go. Regular Ride On service has 80 stops between Lake Forest Transit Center and the Medical Center Metro Station. Ride On Extra has 85% fewer stops. Plus, Ride On Extra is all about the extras. Free Wi-Fi, USB charging ports, real-time info displays, and runs every 10 minutes. It's Ride On Extra. Less stop, more go.
The achievement gap between white and Asian students and their African American and Latino counterparts is getting smaller, but there is still work that needs to be done. In Maryland, the high school graduation rate for whites and Asians is above 90%, but below 80% for blacks and Latinos. Closing this achievement gap is a challenge, and one that a Julius West middle school teacher has chosen to take head on.
You guys are at a good place, but we can't just stop there, right? What are we going to do to make sure other students, right, who are just like us, are achieving, right, at their highest level? Right? What can we do as a group to make sure that they reach their potential?
8th grade U.S. history teacher Jerome Price spearheaded the creation of the Jaguar Scholars Leadership Program to help African American and Hispanic students not only bridge the achievement gap, but help these middle school students achieve excellence, gain leadership skills, and serve as mentors for their peers.
The goal of the program is to come up with a project that's going to address the achievement gap that we see between African American and Latino students and their white and Asian counterparts. And so what can be done in the classroom to support them?
I think of how weird I must look as like a Latino girl who loves to read and it's like has straight A's, and I kind of just want to empower that in others.
Recently, the Jaguar Scholars came to Rockville City Hall to talk to some city and county leaders about the important role of local government.
I think Rockville as a community embraces our ability to talk to the people, and the opportunity at the local level of government is that we are the closest to the people. And so to be able to have the students come in and just very directly and very respectfully ask some really tough questions was a great thing.
And the City Hall visit helped these young scholars gear up for their first election of officers for the program.
My name is Leo Peel. I'm 13 years old and I'm an 8th grader at Julius West. So I'm going to be running for treasurer with the Jaguar Scholars.
I wanted to step up to the plate so that you are able to do what you want for JSLP. Vote Diego Risco for treasurer.
Plus, these students are learning valuable lessons that will take them far beyond the classroom.
we can talk about, you know, kids being engineers, doctors, lawyers, teachers, but the key is going to be connecting them. You know, seeing someone, having a model that they can actually talk to face, communicate with, goes a long way. And so my other goal for this program is to connect students with the right people.
The Jaguar Scholars are all eager to step up and become leaders among their peers, and they're ready to take on anything that comes their way.
We aren't just what you think we are. We are more, and we are better. We can do greater things that people even put on us. We can get straight A's. We can read. We can do anything we put our minds to, and I think that's important for everybody to know.
For Rock 11 Now Weekly, I'm Paul Westlake.
Rockville 11 and the City of Rockville want to wish you and your family happy Thanksgiving. And we'll be back on December 1st with a brand new edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly. Until then, you can check out the latest happenings on our online newsletter at rockvillereports.com. And join in on the conversation and check out our posts by signing up for Nextdoor at nextdoor.com. And keep up with Rockville 11 by subscribing to our City of Rockville YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Twitter at Rockville 11, on Instagram at RockvilleMD, and like us on Facebook. For the entire Rock 11 Now Weekly team, I'm Kathy Dantzler. Happy Thanksgiving, Rockville!